You're literally handing them poison. Merry Christmas!
Yeah. I haven't used body wash in 9 years.
Just because it says kids on it doesn't mean it's actually good or gentle. Sorry.
People, had to have walked so, freaking, Dove deodorant could run.
Fun fact, I actually learned this in the Grand Canyon when I was, 10.
I'll be honest, I hate that that's, my job.
I think it has been way over normalized to have something that smells good at any cost. Welcome back to the Sis Let's Heal podcast. If you listened to part 1 of this conversation, we talked about how plastics act as endocrine disruptors and how they impact your hormones, fertility, and overall health, and the everyday ways you're being exposed often without even realizing it. But today we're taking it a step further, because it's not just about what you're eating or storing your food in, it's also about what you're putting on your body and what you're breathing in inside your own home. From skincare and makeup to candles, laundry products, and even the quote-unquote clean scents we all love, there are often hidden exposures everywhere. So in this episode, we're breaking down where these chemicals are showing up, what ingredients to start paying attention to, and most importantly, realistic swaps that you can make without feeling like you need to throw everything out and start over. So let's get into it. All right, shall we recap just kind of the plastics being endocrine disruptors, impacting our hormones, our fertility, and also pregnancy, which is why we need to pay attention to it. But that it's also not realistic to completely remove everything from everything we do, and that is just more important to make better choices to lessen the load. Should we talk about that? Did we just start talking about that?
I was going to say, was that the recap?
I think it could have been.
Is
there anything you would have changed?
Nailed. No.
So let's take that a step further today. We're going to try and make this a quick one. So if you're on a budget for time, this is your episode.
Don't say that, and then it's going to be an hour and a half.
So I think my biggest thing, and I was literally just harping on my mom for this yesterday, she's like, I just ordered my Bath & Body Works foaming hand soap, and I said, stop it. Stop ordering that. She gets it for everyone for Christmas gifts. I have to tell her, don't get it for me. I'm not going to use it. I'll give it right back to you, but I don't want you to use it either. But yeah, I yelled at her, and she's like, well, Steve, my stepdad, he has to have foaming hand soap. So I said, there's gotta be a clean foaming hand soap option. What do you know? I go on Amazon. I said, look, Molly Suds, that's what you're getting next time. Mm-hmm. She's like, I just paid $2 and whatever cents per thing. I said, well, you're not gonna pay that, but it's worth it.
Yeah. Molly Suds is so great. But I think there should be a PSA of stop getting people Bath & Body Works. Stop getting them body mist. Stop getting them candles. Stop giving people poisonous fragrance in their house for them to use every day.
Yep. You're literally handing them poison. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Go poison yourself. What a gift.
Yeah. You literally, and we don't need, I think the gift giving has gotten out of control. Because those are easy things for people to gift. But in my opinion, just don't gift anything. Yeah. What happened to a nice card? Because honestly, the card is going to go as far as the Bath & Body Works mist or the candle in my house. Because they're both probably going to sit on my table for maybe a week, not touched, and then I will probably throw it away. The card I actually might keep.
Respectfully.
Respectfully, for sure, but
I think it's also knowing the person you're gifting it to.
Yes, I agree. And honestly, I love when people learn you. Mm-hmm. My boss, my manager at my salon, she got me a Christmas gift, and she got me a little goat's milk soap and whipped beef tallow moisturizer and I think a beef tallow chapstick.
Love it.
I said, oh my God.
You
know me so well.
Wow. But I've been using that soap that you put in my stocking for probably a couple months now. And like I put it in my little soap bag because that's just the easiest way that I found to do soap in the shower. And then you're not dropping it everywhere. And it also, it's dual purpose. It works for the loofah as well. But the whole time I've been using this bar of soap, I'm like, man, I got like little gritty stuff on me. Like, that's really weird. I take the soap out of the bag. There's literal sand and crushed shells in the soap bar. And I asked myself, who would do that? I don't go and bathe with sand.
Wait, kind of nice though, exfoliating.
A little bit. But I didn't know that. It wasn't on the outside of the bar. It was on the inside.
The crushed shells might become an issue at some point.
Yeah. It took me by surprise. I was washing last night and like a shell flew off and I went, oh.
Oh.
It was so
I'm at
funny,
the beach.
I know. Starting my vacation.
Now, remind me, the bar of soap that I got you, was that a beef tallow soap? Or is that just an all-natural soap?
I think it was just an all-natural one. It was a beach something. I think you got it from the store around the corner from your work.
I definitely did. I have been looking so much into beef tallow soaps. They're supposed to be extremely moisturizing for the skin while also cleaning because, well, beef tallow moisturizer in general is amazing, and that's all I use personally. Because I saw somewhere that like the beef tallow has the same protein makeup as our skin.
Huh.
So that's why it's able to like absorb and like actually moisturize and not just like sit on top or like be greasy. Like it can really absorb into the skin. And I use the same beef tallow on my face that I use on my body and like, you know what I mean? But I want to look into beef tallow soap because we recently just got, did you know, which I knew this, but did you know loofah is a plant?
I didn't.
You didn't?
No. Are we talking?
Oh, let me teach you.
I'm assuming like the bright pink and blue loofahs are not like loofah. They're like the fake industrialized loofahs.
They're plastic.
So stop it.
They're plastic. But loofah, where this comes from, is actually a plant that we could plant ourselves.
Interesting.
And harvest it and use it as dish sponges and like loofahs in the shower.
Are they like, I'm picturing like the brown kind of like, almost like a large okra looking something or other. It has kind of like holes in it. Yeah.
Yes, that's real loofah.
Interesting.
Yes. Because we're just really, I personally was interested in trying like the beef tallow soap with the loofah because I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast before, but I haven't used body wash in 9 years, 10 years.
Oh yeah, because you were on the Norwex for a while.
I'm still on the Norwex.
Still on the Norwex.
I've always been on the Norwex.
I never got on it.
I know. Well, if anyone doesn't know what Norwex is, it's a microfiber cloth that you don't need any soap with. You wash with a very gentle. You can't use soap
with it, or there's no point.
You can't use soap with it, yes, because the soap like will get into the fibers. There's like special detergent that you use that you wash it with, but it picks up dirt and oil and exfoliates at the same time. And I've used that now for like 9 years and no one has like really ever noticed a difference. I haven't noticed a difference. I actually feel like my hygiene is better with it. Obviously, there's no fragrance involved either. But the loofah, I was doing some research with the real loofah because I haven't used body wash in so long. The microfiber cloth does have the ability to exfoliate as well as pick up oil and dirt. So you don't really need soap with that. Whereas the loofah only has the ability to exfoliate. It does not tend to lift oil and dirt, so you would need the soap for that. But I just got all natural loofah, so I've been looking into the beef tallow soap.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing that I've been focusing on, because I think I've always used body wash. Like, I've never not. I think when I first tried to make the switch to the Norwex cloth, like, I'm just a sweaty person. We know that. Like, I just smelled. And I think that was my body's transition. I just never got past the transition and went right back to body wash. But I think after learning about, like, the Yucca app and being able to scan for, like, these concerning ingredients, like, fragrance has been the biggest thing that I've been trying to stay away from, whether it's in body wash, whether it's soaps, whether it's lotions, like, all of the self-care products. Like, I try to stay away from perfume, or even like that parfum, and it's like, is that French? Those are not good either.
Yeah, absolutely. But what other, like, personal care items?
So I think a big one, and I actually want to look into this. So our guest Jody, I had just emailed her because one question that I meant to ask her while we were interviewing her was about sunscreens, because I feel like that's so controversial right now. Like, some people are like, the sunscreens are giving you cancer, and other people are like, I never wear sunscreen anymore. And I'm like, I am a fair-skinned girly, and if I don't put something on myself, I will be a lobster in a half hour max. And I was like, I need to know, like, what her recommendation is when it comes to sunscreen for cleaner options that are going to be good for our skin and not detrimental to our health. And she said that Green Goo actually does make their own sunscreen. However, they are out right now. Also, side note, I did acquire a link if you do want to order from Green Goo and you're listening to this. If you go back to that episode, our 10% off link is in the show notes. So it's their greengoo.com/ and I wish I could change this, but I had to link my social media and my Facebook page for my business. So it's a long one. It might be typos, but it's greengoo.com/ healthy empowered renewed coaching. Go click on the link in the show notes. It's a lot easier. But anyway, she is out of their sunscreen, of course, but the one pointer she said to stay away from when it comes to your sunscreens is oxybenzone. And without much explanation, she said that's just yuck stuff. So stay away from oxybenzone. Scan it with Yucca if you don't want to read through all of the ingredients to find oxybenzone. But I've heard that zinc oxide is better for sunscreen, I believe. It's so hard, and obviously, like, the amount of time to research everything that you're putting on your body, like, you feel like you don't have enough time in the world, but I think sunscreen could be another one to pay attention to, especially this time of year.
Yes, that is a very difficult one. I did find some pretty clean sunscreens on the market, but I will be ordering Green Goo's sunscreen when it does come back in stock, but for the most part, I'm a sunscreen hater. When you say, like, people think, like, sunscreen is causing cancer, I am people.
I am too, but I'm like, what else do I use?
Yeah.
Another brand, before we move off this topic with sunscreen, I found it last year, someone that I had followed who is also, like, cognizant of what they're putting not only on their body but also their kid's body. It was a brand on Amazon. It was called Yaya. They also have a kid's version of the Yaya sunscreen. I scanned it even this year to just kind of this. Like, yeah, I have it too. But it's a cleaner version. It's not perfect, but it's better than a lot of the stuff on the market. Don't do Coppertone. Don't do Johnson & Johnson. Like, a lot of things you have to double check. Even especially if it's marketed for kids. Like, just because it says kids on it doesn't mean it's actually good or gentle. Sorry.
Which is such a shame.
It is. It feels deceptive in a way. But some brands to look for outside of sunscreen, because we just talked about Ya, also Green Goo. But when it comes to like your body wash and like even deodorant stuff too, like Native is a pretty clean brand. ChatGPT wants to suggest Dove, but like I'm gonna nix that one. I really don't think Dove is a great option. I personally, for deodorant, I use the Arm & Hammer, like ones that doesn't have aluminums, parabens, like fragrances. It's all natural stuff. That works for me. I don't feel excessively stinky. Obviously, you're outside, you're sweating, you worked out, like you're probably going to stink a little bit, but for the most part, it does its job. So that's what we've been sticking with, and just like natural soaps without fragrances, because sometimes soaps are like, well, we make it homemade, and then their ingredient list has all of these fragrances on it.
Yeah, pretty much. The Dr. Squatch is a pretty good line as well with deodorant. I know that's what I get from my husband. Me personally, I get homemade deodorant from the same place I get like my beef tallow and soaps and stuff. But the homemade deodorants don't necessarily work for everybody, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'd be curious to see if they'd work for me, but it's like also an investment, obviously, because like I know the one you have, it has like the refills and whatever, so it's like you're investing in the thing that transports it all the time, and it's like, well, if you're only going to use it once, like, is there really a point? If it doesn't work.
Well, the thing that transports it all the time is 75 cents.
Oh, so we're not going to break the bank.
I think you can swing the investment.
I think so. I'll consider it.
No, but you can make your own deodorant. I've made it before. That scares me. Oh.
I think I'm just slightly brainwashed yet, and that's why it scares me.
No, because you gotta, whenever it comes down to the brainwashing thing, and like, granted, I know hygiene wasn't good back in the day. I'm so aware of that. But people like had to have walked so like freaking like Dove deodorant could run. Do you know what I mean? Like there had to have been like a 3 ingredient thing that they were like, hey, this doesn't make you smell bad. And then companies then took it further and marketed off of it. All that kind of stuff, of course. But when you get to the root of it, there
started
are
somewhere.
all natural substances that you can put together that work.
Yeah.
So like when it comes to body wash, moisturizer, like cloths, like someone had an idea of like, hey, this works, and then companies just took it and ran. So you just need to find that little thing that works.
Yeah. And also, speaking of deodorants, I didn't get any because I think they were out of the kind that I wanted, but Green Goo also has deodorant, so I'd be interested to try that out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Me too.
But another brand, I personally haven't tried this one, but the podcast that we like to listen to, Culture Apothecary, she talks about Primally Pure a lot, and that's another good brand. I don't think you would find that in stores, but I'm sure you can find a website on that. But yeah, good stuff for personal care options.
Yes. Another brand that I like in stores for mostly like face skincare, is Mad Hippie. They're a pretty good one. They're pretty clean and pretty affordable. Yes. I really like it because sometimes the cleaner brands are more expensive, but Mad Hippie is a good one. I personally have been using the Green Goo face wash. I am loving it. Very confused by it, but it seems to be working. The only reason I'm very confused by it is I swear to God, I'm just rubbing oil on my face. And I'm like, there's no way this is doing anything. But my skin looks great. It feels great. And it takes all my makeup off. And so I don't really know what they're putting in that, but it's working.
So it almost duels as like makeup remover cleanser.
Oh, yeah. Because I don't use any makeup remover.
Yeah. Well, you would just use Norwex cloth, right?
No. I would just use whatever cleanser.
Okay.
And just do a double face wash.
Yeah.
So many products are dual usage, but they make you buy like 5 other products. We kind of talked about this a little bit on the green goo, where like you have to buy like one product for this, one product for that, but like a lot of times there's multiple products that can do the same thing.
And they're like, use this
like
stack
a makeup remover and a face
results.
wash. Yeah. It's like, why am I doing that?
Yeah. And then it just adds up, and at the end of the day, all you're doing is getting a heavier toxic load on your system.
Yeah, and you have to buy more stuff.
Yep. And it's not just 75 cents worth of a deodorant applicator.
No, it is not.
Thing I don't typically use, I don't wear a whole lot. All I wear is mascara. But I have used this mascara for the last 3, if not more, years. And it scans like really high on the Yuka app. There's really nothing like concerning. And I think eyes are really important, or even face are really important things to be cognizant of what you're putting on them. Because I even learned, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about how it's important of what you're putting on your eyes, because like women getting lash extensions, like the glue, I guess, is like super toxic. And if you get it in your eye, it literally just goes straight to your brain. It's like a fast track to your brain. So if you're not paying attention to that, or you're getting lash extensions all the time, like maybe consider cutting back on that a bit. But anyway, the mascara I use, and I love it. I used to be like a, what is it, waterproof? I used to get the waterproof mascara. Why, I'm not sure. It's not like I was crying all the time. But then I was always like pulling my eyelashes out trying to get it off. And I got to a point in my life I was done with that. So this is not waterproof, and I like it because then it comes off really easily at the end of the day. But it's also one of the ones that you can kind of like layer up a few times, and it doesn't get like clumpy or bulky looking. But the one that I get, it's L'Oreal actually, and it's the Voluminous Noir Balm. They have all different colors. I get the black one, but I really like it. It's worked well for me, and I feel good knowing that I'm not putting like crud on my eyeballs. Because, fun fact, I actually learned this in the Grand Canyon when I was like 10. Here we go. This sweet old lady was giving us a tour of the Grand Canyon and who knows what else, but she was telling us about the bats and how mascara originally was bat shit. And when they said to get that shit off your eyes, like, they really meant it. And why would you be putting bat poop on your eyeballs? Thank God they don't do that anymore. That concept walked so we could run with some L'Oreal Paris. But crazy stuff that we learn.
If we're gonna go to makeup, Jenny McCarthy,
I have seen hers,
has a makeup line. It is called Formless Beauty, and that is all clean, safe ingredients and cruelty free. Now granted, it is a little bit more expensive, but you're getting good quality products.
And I think maybe the minimalist in me when it comes to self-care is like, personally, I don't want to spend money on that. I would rather spend it like on my internal health. Like, I'll wear mascara. We'll brighten up the eyes a bit. But like, I sweat so much, it's like I'm not going to put stuff on my face when I'm just sweating buckets on the daily, especially in the summer. So like, I don't really sweat that much, but that's my mindset when it comes to makeup.
Yeah. Makeup is, I'll be honest, makeup is one that I haven't switched over, which I really should.
Ellie.
What?
But you know of them. You know of the better brands to switch to.
I do. I know of the better brands. I really need to switch. And there's a bunch of other brands on the market too. You just have to do some research. That is like, honestly, that's probably the only one. Makeup. The only thing that I do is makeup that like I still need to switch. But we're learning and we're growing every day.
Yes. Obviously, we're not like the best to talk about makeup swabs, especially because we haven't like super dove into them. So what I would recommend if you're someone that is really into makeup is like research first of all, but also like use the Yucca app. It tells you better swaps if whatever you're using is not a great option, and it'll tell you why, and it'll tell you which ones are better, which is super helpful. It's not like, wow, that's awful, you're terrible. It's like, that's not so great, but here's some better choices you can make. So Bare Minerals, I think, is about the only one that I'm super familiar with on like the brand kind of. You could probably find it in almost any store you go to. That would be a cleaner option, but I think it also goes product by product. So you just have to be aware when you are buying things. But yeah, let's talk about shampoo, conditioner. I feel like that's something you're more knowledgeable with.
My issue with shampoo and conditioner is mostly all of them have fragrance in them. I've been using Native. Now, Native does have a fragrance in it, but it is a lot cleaner than like your Pantene and all that kind of stuff. I also just had a client raving about shampoo and conditioner bars. So I think that's what I'm going for next.
And they sell them at like CVS 100%. Or at the grocery store. Like they're pretty available.
Yeah. Because I don't mind a bar at all. Now you need to get like special bars are like kind of like out in the open. So you need to get like special like bar containers. You can even get like little bar tins on Amazon and things like that. Easy for transporting and all that kind of fun stuff. But I think I am going to switch to these bars because I'm just like so sick of, as a hairstylist too, I am so sick of shampoo and conditioner.
I've always wondered,
like,
because you're making these switches, like obviously a lot of what you do, like any type of like hair dye or treatment, like there's got to be so many chemicals in them.
There's so many chemicals.
Yeah.
There's so many chemicals, and like I hate that they are, and I hate that that's like, I'll be honest, I hate that that's like my job to be around these chemicals every day
and put them on other people.
Yes. Now, granted, so we work right now in my salon. We work with a cleaner product line. It is an all natural product line. It's called Kevin Murphy. So it is using all natural oils, and that is a mission of my salon, is to have the all natural products. And we have like ammonia free lighteners and like all that good stuff. So we are doing leaps and bounds more than what other salons are doing. So, and all the products that we sell are also all natural.
Well, that's good.
But a lot of it where sometimes like fragrance gets like put in with all natural stuff, and that's what makes me angry.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, they're an all-natural brand, but some of their products still have chemical fragrance in it that it's just like, ugh, why? But I think the question I get asked most as a hairstylist is like, what shampoo and conditioner should I be using?
Yep.
I tell people, as a hairstylist, my personal opinion is you can't shampoo and condition away a bad diet and bad health routines.
I am so glad you said that, because that's where I was going to take it if you didn't.
Yes. And I can see it. And I can, as a hairstylist, I can like kind of tell. I can tell if your hormones are out of whack. I can tell if you're on a new medication. I can tell if you're going through something traumatic or stressful, and it shows up in your hair. And you need to be nourishing your body the same way. People are like, I don't get why it doesn't like register that people try and like with skincare, they try and out skincare a bad diet. It's the same thought process with your hair.
Yep.
Granted, do you need the skincare and do you need like the extra moisture in your hair and all that kind of fun stuff? Yes, you do. But if you're like switching up shampoo and conditioners and you're just like, I cannot find one that works and one that I love, it's like, it's probably not that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my personal rant as a hairstylist. With that being said, shampoo and conditioner, I say get the cleanest one. But also there are some benefits of like different proteins that are put into shampoo and conditioner for your hair health. And generally that's not always going to come with your cleanest option, because sometimes they are a man-made protein, or especially if you have chemically altered hair, which if you have ever bleached or colored your hair, that is chemically altered. Anything further than a gloss pretty much is chemically altered hair. Sometimes you do need that like chemically altered products.
Yeah.
So I struggle with that. But yeah, that's my spiel.
I would also say, as a not expert in hair, salon, anything, just like anything else you change with your body, you also have to watch how your hair responds. Like, you might get a brand that's clean, but your hair feels absolutely brittle, or it's getting super knotty super fast, and like you're breaking it off just trying to brush it. Like, you probably shouldn't use that one, even though it is clean. You have to use what's going to work best for your type of hair too. Which, personally, I know someone who's kind of gone through like trials trying like, oh, this is a really clean brand, but like my hair is just a knotted mess. Like, it doesn't even feel smooth. I can't even get my brush through it. So like there is a little trial and error that might have to occur, and that might get a little pricey, but see if they got a travel size. You can just test it out.
Yeah. Honestly, as a hairstylist, and no one tell my boss this, but if people ask me what shampoo and conditioner should I use, I honestly say whatever one you want. Because I'm like, because people come and they're like, should I use Pantene? Or I use Pantene and my hair feels great. And I'm like, that's great.
Right. And like the thing of it is, though, if someone's coming into your chair, they know what products you're using. It's not a secret that your salon uses Kevin Murphy. Like, they're blind if they don't know that you use Kevin Murphy.
No.
So they should know that would be the first option to try, you know?
Yeah. And like, if they want to try something new, I have product recommendations for them. But if they're like, I use Pantene and my hair feels great, and I feel their hair and I'm like, wow, your hair feels great, I'm like, keep using it, whatever. Like, if something starts to change within your hair and you want to change, like, then we can like chat. But I'm not gonna like be like, no, you shouldn't use that, or oh my god, you use drugstore. And it's like, and personally, as a hairstylist, I want to be like, actually, no, use the most natural thing on the planet, actually, if you can find it. But like, that's not the hairstylist community. They're all like, you have to use salon grade products, but then some of these salon grade products have chemicals and junk in them. So it's like a constant whirlpool of like just a mess.
I think the next time someone asks you that, say, do you want my personal opinion or do you want my professional opinion? Or I can give you both.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
And then they can do what they wish with the information. Because I want all my
clients, yes, because I want them all to be healthy and wellness people and be their healthiest self. But also, I know that I'm chemically altering their hair.
Yeah.
And sometimes they need the chemically altered products to then
Take
repair their hair.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to shock everyone right now. If you bleach your hair, you're hurting your hair. And I just lose my job.
That's it. You're fired.
And my job's gone. No. But when you're lightening or chemically altering your hair, it's the same as getting a boo-boo. And then you need to heal that boo-boo afterwards. It's not like you can't just scrape yourself and be like, okay, on to the next. Like, you have to heal the scrape.
Mm-hmm.
That's how hair works too. Like, that's how it,
Yeah. Well, for the sake of time and also what we told ourselves before we started recording this, shall we move on to our last topic? Fragrances in our home, just in general. This is something that I believe in. I hear Alex on Culture Apothecary talk about it all the time, that your home should not have a smell. Like, someone should not walk in and be like, this smells like blank. Like, it should not smell like anything. It should not smell like a cleaner. It should not smell like your hand soap. It should not smell like a scent plug-in. Like, it should not smell like anything, because all of these are fragrances and they are chemically disrupting your body. So this is candles. This is wax melts. This is plug-ins. This is room sprays, linen sprays, laundry products, cleaning supplies. They don't need to have smells. They don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it has been way over normalized to have something that smells good at any cost. So, I mean, me personally, I'm trying to think, like, I think the biggest thing, and I don't even use them often, is candles. Like, I have them in the one-off moment where I'm like, man, we have people coming over, and for some reason my house just smells like dinner from last night. I'll light a candle quick, a little bit, and then put it out. It's not like I'm burning them all the time, But was there anything you had to really switch with that? Or did you always just have, like, no candles? You have candles.
No, I definitely had to switch. We definitely used to burn candles a lot. We had a wax melt that we used to use a lot. Now we switched over to, like, diffusers with essential oils.
Mm-hmm.
Those are always really great. Another thing I just like to do, especially this time of year, is just open the windows.
That's my favorite smell.
Like, fresh air is so good for you. Like, get that all in your house. Like, move it around. Burp the house.
I have seen that.
Have you heard that term, burp the house?
I have. And, like, for some reason, randomly one day, it showed up on, like, my suggested reels. And it was just this video of a girl. And she was like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but burp your house. And I was like, excuse me, do what? And I was like, don't we do that when we come in and out of our house?
No. Get the air flowing. Like, we also used to do wall plug-ins.
Yes.
I forgot about that. We used to do wall plug-ins.
Bath and Body Works.
All the time from Bath and Body Works. Yes. And I got rid of those, like, pretty soon into, like, my health journey. But now I don't think my house smells like anything. Sometimes in the winter, if we haven't done any kind of, like, diffuser situation in a while, sometimes it will just smell a little, like, stale. Like, just stale air. Yeah. Like, and I'm like, God, I wish I could, like, open the windows and, like, get it moving in here. But that's really it.
Yeah, maybe just do, like, a little quick blast. Throw up the windows on both sides of the house, let it go through quick, and then shut it.
Yeah. But all the cleaning products, too, we've completely switched that over. There's no need to have any kind of Clorox or Febreze. Febreze is just fragrance in a bottle. Like, that's so crazy.
I have to admit, I didn't purchase them. They were in our house from my mother-in-law when we moved in, that are still here, and I just need to replace them. Because, like, guests will be here. Like, my mom will be here watching Josie, and, like, she'll use it. And I'm like, now I have to smell this? Like, ugh. But, like, it's my own fault. They're there.
Get rid of them.
I know.
Get them out of the house.
I have so many candles.
Out of the house.
That need to go.
Get them out of the house. Yeah. Get everything out of the house. Because, like, you can't use it if it's not in the house.
Yeah. I think as far as brands for cleaning stuff goes, I haven't used these myself, but Branch Basics I've heard very good things about, and 7th Generation. I think once my stuff is out or I'm just finally sick of it, like, those are going to be brands that I try out, and also Molly Suds, which we've talked about already. But when I have to get laundry detergent, I'm going Molly Suds.
Yep. So I use Molly Suds for, I have a Molly Suds hand soap. I use their dishwash pods. I use their laundry detergent. I use the brand called Method.
Yeah.
They have really good cleaning products. Yes. Miss Myers has great cleaning products as well. And also, let's not forget the beauty of a little bit of, like, vinegar mixed with water and some citrus, like lemon oil or some sort of citrus. Let's not forget how easy it is to make a cleaner as well. So those are my go-to brands. But
yeah, and I think they're good ones. And especially when you do the citrus, whether it's kind of like I did with the Christmas presents that I gave people. Like, I gave everyone a cleaner, and it was vinegar, water, and I didn't have essential oils to put in, so I literally soaked it in orange peels, and, like, it smells like orange. So it doesn't have to be like a fragrance. You can do it naturally and infuse it over time, which I think is cool.
Yes.
But I think just to kind of not overwhelm whoever's listening to this and, like, oh my God, my entire home needs to get burned down, some easy places to start: remove your plugins, your synthetic fragrances, stop burning candles, switch your laundry detergent, swap your body products, and just upgrade over time. Don't think you have to do everything overnight. Biggest things. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
Because just as a reminder to everyone, Kaylin and I are still learning. Like I've said, like, I have not switched my makeup yet. Like, that's on the list. We talked about switching over to, in the previous episode, part 1, of like switching over to organic cotton, like underwear and undergarments and things like that. Like, it's a steady process that you have to just take step by step.
Yes, I am happy to announce my cotton underwear are on the way, and so are my cotton camis and bras, and I think I have a pair of leggings coming as well. And socks.
Period.
I'm very excited to get them.
Amazing.
So, another step in the right direction, but we're not perfect. That wraps up part 2 of our conversation on plastics, hidden exposures, and how they impact your health. Hopefully this episode gave you a better understanding of where these exposures are coming from and how you can start making small intentional changes in your everyday routine. And just like we said in part 1, this isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about reducing your overall exposure in a way that feels realistic and sustainable for you. Start with what you use the most, swap things out as they run out, and remember that these small changes really do add up over time. If this episode was helpful, share it with a friend, especially another woman who's trying to be more proactive about her health or preparing her body for pregnancy, because this stuff does matter. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us. Rate our show if you haven't already. And as always, we will see you next time on the Sis Let's Heal podcast.